What's up, guys? It's OmegaLiar, and I'm going to be bringing you the follow-up video to the last analysis video I posted, which was Modern Warfare 3 Perk Slot 2, where I basically covered Assassin and my personal thoughts, where I basically say that I really don't think Assassin is going to be overpowered. But in this video, as you can see, the topic is going to be Perk Slot 1, and I'm just going to tell you what I think is going to be the most used and what I think the best combos are, and because as I've been looking at these perks, and as far as I can see, nothing really stands out as something that's going to be overpowered. But I do think they're all useful, and if you don't take anything from this video, you'll at least know what the perks do. So let's jump right into it. Now the first perk that we're going to be covering is Blind Eye, and this one seems to have some concern around it, but I don't think there's anything to worry about. Basically, this perk makes you undetectable by all kill streaks that are controlled or AI or whatever by by an enemy. So chopper gunners, AI chopper gunners, and stuff like that, as well as sentry guns. So that's pretty useful. I don't think it's going to be dominant, but it is pretty useful. And this will definitely be the air support, the shooting down air support class or anti-support class, because the pro benefit makes you lock on faster with your launchers. So locking on faster means that you can take them down faster and without getting shot, so you can spawn in, pull it out, and shoot much quicker than they can catch up to you. And I think that's good. I think it's definitely going to be a good benefit to the game. It'll balance out air support a little bit, but air support still has the potential to be powerful as it seems. Especially when you if you're using like support class and you pick up, I think it's 18 kills for the that like chopper gunner care package thing. But this perk will definitely be good, and I'll get into some combinations a little bit later, but let's move on to the next perk. Now the second perk we're going to be covering is Sleight of Hand, which you should probably all be familiar with unless you're new to the series, and basically all that does is give you a faster reload. Now the pro benefit in this game has changed from the last two in Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2. It's gone from faster aim down sights to faster swap weapons, so that adds a new tactical benefit, but it also takes away one, because people like to use the faster aim down sights for a quick target acquisition, and a lot of people found it very useful, and it seemed to be dominant in the perk slot it was in. For instance, in Black Ops, people in the second tier would almost always use Sleight of Hand. It was very, very common. And in Modern Warfare 2, it was also very, very common. COD 4, you would only really see it in hardcore because it was up against stopping power. But in this game, it looks like it might be one of the more dominant perks, because for some reason, the one thing that it's commonly mentioned, especially by people like Wings of Redemption, when people use Sleight of Hand, even if if they get is the faster reload, very uncommonly is that faster reload actually coming handy, unless they spray out like 30 bullets and need to reload to spray out some more. But aside from that, Sleight of Hand is not that useful, but it's definitely going to be popular just from past experience and the way people like to play this game, because it gives them a sense of the game just moving faster, and that's what Call of Duty is all about. But I'm going to jump right into the third perk. The third perk that I'm going to be covering is what I think is going to be the third most, like the top three out of these. It sort of knocks out Recon and Scavenger, and I'll explain mine a bit. And that perk is Extreme Conditioning. And what Extreme Conditioning does is allow you to sprint for longer distances, and the pro benefit is the same as Modern Warfare 2. You climb over obstacles faster. And both of those are very, very useful. If you got good aim and you're not spraying out 30 bullets, you can drop Sleight of Hand, as well as Scavenger if you're being careful, especially with machine pistol secondary weapons. Or you could top it with Overkill and you won't need Scavenger anyway. But this will be the, I say, alongside with Blind Eye, although I really don't think Blind Eye is going to be that common in Search and Destroy because air support's not that common. But this is definitely going to be the objective, people that like to run the objective, the Search and Destroy perk, so you can get to where you need to be. And I think this perk is also going to be very common, just in front of Blind Eye, but just behind Sleight of Hand. Now the fourth perk that I'm going to be covering is Recon, and Recon Pro obviously. And I feel like this perk is not going to be used simply because it doesn't benefit you that much. What it does is, the first benefit does, the second benefit does not, for the most part. The first benefit is explosive damage paints the enemy on the minimap, and That's okay. If you throw an explosive and get a hit marker, you can know exactly where they are, and that's good. But you're not often in a situation where you get an explosive with you get a hit marker with an explosive, and you don't know where they are, unless you're just chucking it over a building or something like that. So it's useful and it's a good idea, but I think it's easily undermined by all four other perks. I think I would rather have any of the other ones except for this one. And the pro variation sort of just strengthens the perk. It makes bullet damage paint the enemy on the mini map, but all that offers no benefit to you as a player, because if you're shooting at someone, you already know where they are. It's pretty obvious. Chances are you're not going to just be spraying through walls all the time, so it's sort of like a supportive perk. Maybe people run it when running the support class, and it'll help them get assists. And if you're running hardline, assists can help you get point streaks. So that's one way I can see of using it. But aside from that, I think this is going to be the least common perk in the first tier perk slot. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to grab you a picture of Scavenger. But Scavenger is exactly the same as it was in the other games. You get extra ammo. You start off with regular ammo, but you can pick up the blue Scavenger packs around the map, and that resupplies your ammo. Supposedly grenades. And if it supplies grenades, that means it's also going to supply claymores and bouncing betties and C4 and stuff like that. But it's not. I'm almost positive it's not resupplying noob tubes. I don't think they would put that back, but that hasn't been confirmed. Now the pro variation is you start with double. I think it's double or triple the amount of ammo you normally would, and that's just a sort of useful in general. It's not like a huge benefit, but I think Scavenger will fall just short of the three in the middle: Sleight of Hand, Blind Eye, and Extreme Conditioning. But all in all, it still usually always ends up being my personal favorite perk, because I love surviving, and I love playing a sort of stealthy role. And that doesn't mean camping. That means going towards the outsides of the maps, and using a silencer and shooting a lot, whether I hit or not. But the silencer keeps me off, and it's always good to have the extra ammo. So Scavenger will be good, but I don't think it will be as good. And now I'll just move into the conclusion, which is I think Sleight of Hand will still be dominant. Blind Eye, people are worried about it, but I don't think it's a big deal. Extreme Conditioning will also be used, but I still think Sleight of Hand is going to definitely be the dominant one here. I'll use Scavenger, and Recon is sort of just never really going to get used all that much at all. So that's basically my analysis and conclusion of the perks in the tier 1 perk slot. And this has been OmegaLiar. So if you like this, comment telling me what you think will be the case with tier 1 perks, and if you agree, if you disagree, don't forget to like or dislike. I really don't, doesn't matter. I prefer likes because it just makes me a little bit happier. But subscribe if you want to see more, because I'm going to be posting the 3rd tier perk slot, and don't forget to check out the 2nd tier perk slot, which I think is probably the most important to this particular series. So I'll see you in my next commentary.